Hello everyone, welcome to Susheens. For today's video, we will be doing another DIY project. We will make a pot that is inspired by Hedwig. So as a recap, Hedwig was an owl of Harry that was a gift from Hagrid on his birthday. Hedwig served as his messenger and at the same time a friend. Unfortunately, sa finale ng Harry Potter, yung Deathly Hallows, Hedwig died. And up until now, that scene was still a heartbeat for me. Kaya naman, napag-isipan kong gumawa ng pot that is inspired by a Hedwig friend. But before we proceed to the tutorial proper, I would like to enumerate the materials that we will need in this project. So the first thing we'll need is a skeleton or a base for our sculpture. What I'm gonna be using is a can. But if you are not comfortable working with this kind of material, you can also use plastic bottles, cups, or whatever is in your disposal as long as it has the same structure as a can and you can work with it. If you will use a can like me, we need to prep it first. So linisin mabuti, remove the wrapper, and then cut the top part completely. And then this is the most important part. Using pliers, flatten the jagged edges of the rim of the can to avoid cutting our fingers while doing a project. And then the next thing we need is paper clay. I have another video on how to make a paper clay. I will link it below, or you can also click the link. It will appear sa upper part ng video ito. This is my paper clay recipe and it is very economical. Hindi siya magastos. But also environmental because we'll be using old newspapers, scratch papers, or papers na hindi naman nagamit. Kaya naman, maganda talaga siya kasi recyclable yung material na gagamitin. Next thing we're gonna need is the spatula. So ito na yung tool na gagamitin ko. And it is enough kasi our fingers and this spatula will do the thing in molding our sculpture. And then we also need paint and brushes. So ang color na gagamitin natin sa paint is white, black, and yellow. Yun lang tatlo para mas easy. And then the last material is optional. So if you want to make a hanging pot, you will need to have a string and or tie wire. And then pliers. Yun lang. So to make things a lot more easier, gumawa ko ng 2 parts in making this project. And each part has 3 stages. Gagawin natin ito pang mas systemic ang procedure at madali lang sundin. So ang first part is yung front portion. Ang first stage is ang general shape. So, sa general shape, gagawin na natin is yung head and then the body. Yun lang. And then the next stage is ang features. So, dito napapasok yung eyes, feet, the curves of the body, and things like that. And then the last stage is the details. Yung feather-like details ng ating owl. Ito lang yung first part natin. And then, we will proceed to the second part, which is the back portion. Actually, ganun lang din yung stages ng general shape, yung head at saka body. But sa features, yung feature lang natin is yung wings lang. And then sa details na ito tayo, yung feather-like patterns na yun lang. And actually, ginawa ko rin itong 2-part kasi ang advice ko nang gagawin nyo is matapos nang gawin yung first part, huwag mo na kayong dumiretsong gawin yung second part. Kasi most likely, masisira yung ginawa nyo kasi hahawakan nyo yan pag nagsisculpt na kayo sa second part. Yeah. Mas mainam na patuyuin muna yung first part bago mag-proceed sa second part. Yun na yung overview ng procedures. Kaya let's proceed sa tutorial proper. If you want to make a pot, you need to put drainage holes first sa bottom part. And if you want to make it a hanging pot, you need to put holes also sa middle part on either side of the can. So what we will need to do is get some paper clay and press it lightly sa surface ng can para hindi siya mahulog. Then using our fingers, just mold a semicircle shape that will serve as the head of the owl. And using a spatula, just flatten the surface. If needed, just get back in pressing the edges of the semicircle para ma-emphasize talaga yung head niya mula sa body. If you are satisfied with the shape na, we can proceed to the second stage, which is the features. So sa features, una natin gagawin is yung parang T-shape sa mukha ng mga owl. So, just get another amount of paper clay and form a T-shape sa head ng owl. And then, just add more paper clay sa side and then sa bottom. And then, sa pinakadulo is parang may hole para doon natin ilalagay later yung eyes. And then, as you can see sa illustration na nilagay ko sa gilid, yung parang T-shape, then merong semicircle sa ilalim. So, meron pang layer bago yung body part. Sa layer na yun, doon natin imo-mold yung beak ng ating owl. So, using your fingers and spatula, you can mold the beak. Use your spatula para ma-emphasize talaga yung beak na ma-emphasize siya mula sa surface ng mouth part ng owl. Then, just use your fingers whenever you want to emphasize the space between the body and the head. And then now, what we will do is put some subtle lines or curves sa side ng body ng owl. So, not the wings. It's just like a division lang siya sa body ng isang owl. Sa pinakagitna, just make a subtle line or division. Yan yung magiging basihan natin later pag maglalagay na tayo ng feet. And if you are satisfied na, some finishing touches, and we will do the eyes. So, just get some paper clay and roll it around your fingers until you make a spear. Then just attach it sa hole na ginawa natin. And then using your spatula, just dab the sides of the spear para hindi siya magmukhang protruding, hindi parang lumuluwa yung mata. So, just do the same sa other eye. Just it lightly sa sides. Do some finishing touches, and then if you are satisfied na with the shapes or the pictures, then we can proceed to the last stage, which is the details. Here, we need to position our spatula 30 degrees from the surface of the paper clay. Just slightly make curve-like dashes around sa face ng owl, and dapat in layer siya para hindi siya chaotic tingnan. The illustration sa video, makikita nyo na I included also the directions, yung curved dashes, para hindi siya magulo tingnan. So, just follow that. You need to put that to the whole face. Tip ko lang is gawin yung parang nag-extend yung clay para magmukha siyang textured, kumbaga. Parang magmukha talaga siyang feather texture. Huwag nyo nang isali yung sides ng face kasi ibang detail yung gagawin natin dyan. So, after nyo sa face, let's proceed sa body. For the body, just turn the spatula upside down and then just press lightly against the paper clay para maka-form tayo ng U-shape. Do this also in layers, and then I will suggest na yung arrangement is in yung parang window form para mas magalang tingnan at hindi siya chaotic. So, do this sa whole part ng body and then sa side ng face ng owl. After that, just make some finishing touches, and if you're done, we will put some feet to our owl. Just get some paper clay and attach it sa bottom part. Then, katong nabi kong parang subtool line sa bottom part ng owl, gawin natin yung basihan sa division ng feet. Now, then, using a spatula, gumawa ng details ng ating feet. After that, let it dry para sa ating second part. After matuyo sa front portion ng ating owl, ay sisimulan natin gagawin yung sa back portion. Same lang, kuha tayo ng paper clay and press it lightly sa can. And then using our fingers, just form the head and then the body. And just flatten it using a spatula. So make sure to emphasize talaga. And then parang semi-circle yung shape. And then, yun na yung sa general shape. We will proceed the features. So for the features, just get enough quantity of paper clay to make the wings of our owl. So nasa either side ng kanyang body sa center. Just mold it like this. And just do this to both sides. Using a spatula, emphasize natin yung side para magmukha talagang different entity. Kaya, just do some finishing touches and then we are ready for details. So for the details, this is the same lang talaga sa whole part ng head and then sa body sa back portion. Just turn your spatula upside down, make some U-shape layer. Just do it also sa ating wings, and then sa side ng wings naman, we will do the lightly curved dashes. Katapos, just do some finishing touches ulit. Pwede na natin itong dry ulit or painting na tayo sa susunod. And also, don't forget, if you want want to make a honey pot, just get a pointed thing like a toothpick or something like that and poke a hole through the paper clay until sa ginawa nating hole sa can para doon natin ipapasok yung string later. Ayun na naman yung cut ko. Mahilig talaga siyang tumingin lalo na pag nagpipaint na ako. Ayun naman, hindi ko na siya kinukuha kasi bumabalik lang din naman siya. Yeah, excuse my cat for a while, guys. What we need to do first is get a slightly bigger paintbrush and then we will use it para i-base coat ang ating owl ng white. After it dry, just get a smaller brush and then tap it sa black paint and using the dried brush technique sa dry surface ng is paper, carton, or the dry surface is parang itadry natin yung brush natin onte para yung stroke na magagawa natin is not a hard stroke but smooth lang just for highlight and it will slightly dab it sa edges ng U-shape pattern na ginawa natin just for highlight. But if you did something like this, yung na-thick yung stroke, can you do that by getting a white paint using a small brush and paint with white. Remember, do this when the black paint is completely dry para hindi sila mag-mix ng white at maging gray. So, smudge sila. Just do this for the rest of the body except sa face and middle part ng body. You can do this sa wings, sa back portions, both body and head. So, after nyo mag-coat or after nyo ma-highlight yung most of the U-shape pattern, ay magpuproceed na tayo sa in painting the facial features. So, first thing you need to do is paint the eye with yellow and then outline the outer part with black. So, as you can see, nasusmudge yun sa akin kasi nahirapan talaga akong mag-paint because my cell phone or the camera was blocking my view. But I will fix this later, kaya no worries. And after outlining, you need to paint a black circle in the middle. Let's do the same thing sa other eye. After mo magawa yan, get another small brush with white paint. Paint a dot and a small line to make a illusion of reflection. And dahil tama talaga ako, na-smudge ko yung both eye ng aking owl while doing some finishing touches. But yan, na-fix ko na lang ulit yan. After ng eye is you can do the beak. So just color the beak color black. After that, you need to do the feet. So sa tip ng kanilang feet, just lightly tap black paint also. Just let it dry completely and tapos na. Tada! Ito na yung finished product natin. If you don't want to make it hanging part, then okay to skip this step. So if you want help, then watch this. So you need to have is hair wire. So just cut short length of hair wire. You need to have 2 of those. And you also need some pliers and then some strings. Or in my case, I use some jute strings. And after that, you just need to insert the tie wire sa hole na ginawa natin sa paper clay and sa can. Hindi na paliit masyado yung tie wire ko, but I managed to pull it through. Do the same thing sa other part. Pagkatapos mo yung gawin is just the string pass through sa tie wire. Yan, and then cut it in the same length. Pagkatapos is just tie a knot sa pinakadulo. And then we're done.